All right, everybody, we are going to go ahead and put this Autopot together. I got the XXL system with the 13-gallon reservoir here, and we have all of our parts just kind of waiting around here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take the rubber grommet that came with the unit, and that's going to go right in the side here. And then we're going to take the hose that was supplied with it, and we are going to feed that through. And I'm going to feed it through till it's got about that much extra slack on it. The end of the aqua valve is going to press on to the end of that. Actually, we got to put the nut on first. So we're going to put the nut on the hose first so that can get secured after we push this on. And then yes, we're going to put the aqua valve on the end of the supplied hose, just like that. And then that gets screwed on top. And that is as hard as it is to install an Autopot system. There's a piece here that the back of the system presses into, and that's it. That's as hard as it is. There is a lid for it, which is going to go on so you don't get anything in there. This is the copper mat, and that's going to protect the roots, which are definitely going to grow out at the bottom of this 13-gallon container. And we are going to set that over there. I already put the tap on the bottom of the reservoir, and this is a quick connect system. So the only thing we have to do now is take the quick connect, and that is going to pop right on the end there. And then the other section of the hose fits right on. And that's it. That is as hard as it is to install an Autopot system. All we got to do now, put the medium in the fabric pot bag, get the water in the reservoir, and we'll have a functioning outdoor grow. All right, so now that we've got the Autopot XXL set up outside, we're going to go ahead and fill up one of these 13-gallon fabric containers. We have our BuildASoil 3.0 base, and that is what I'm mainly going to pour into the container. Hopefully more the container than the floor, guys. All right, there we go. This entire bag plus some of the other ones should fit in here just easily. I should have cut a bigger hole. All right. That filled up a good majority, a little over halfway. And what we are going to do is not fill this all the way to the top, but we're going to take it several inches from the top. We're going to do that for two reasons. One, I'm not going to fill this entirely with just the 3.0. After talking with their reps, they said it was advisable that when I'm doing seeds in here, that we should start the seed in the BuildASoil light. So, what we're going to do, as you can see, is get about, I'd say we're at about 80% right there. Now we need to add 16 cups of the BuildASoil light. So we're going to take half of this bag. I'm going to get a smaller scoop here. And I'm just going to measure out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and this is going to be 16. So this is going to be 4 cups. This is about half of the bag. And I'm not going to mix that in. I am just going to smooth that out on the top layer here, because we are going to put an autoflower seed. We're going to be doing a sour diesel from Humboldt Seed Company, and that is going to go directly in the soil. Apologize, I'm doing this off camera. I'm just draining. Actually, I'm going to show you first. Sorry about my video right now, but I'm new at this. It'll get better. I just had one of my bowls. I put some RO water that I use for all my watering, and I just tossed the seed in there. It's been sitting in a cool, dark place, one of my cabinets, for about 3 days now. I am going to go ahead and drain the water out of it. And I'm sorry I don't have a second camera person, but I'm just draining it into my kitchen sink. Just getting rid of the water. Coming back on camera here. Apologize for that, guys. So we have the seed with a nice taproot coming out of it. And what we're going to do, just make a small indentation there. Drop it right in. I'm going to leave the hull just peeking out. And then we are going to use our AC Infinity spray bottle. And I know the soil comes pre-moistened, but it is hot outside. I'm in Michigan right now. It's been 90 plus degrees for the last 3 days. Humidity anywhere between 60 and 80%. It is hot here. So the biggest thing I am concerned with at this point is evaporation. Now they say you can't soak a seed, or you can't drown a seedling, so we are going to give it enough to get into the medium. It might take a little bit here. But we're going to moisten this, and then I have a glass Pyrex jar that I bought at my local grocery store last night. We're going to use that for the humidity dome until this thing takes root. And I'm probably going to have to be outside 2, 3, 4 times a day until this thing gets started to make sure that it doesn't get too dry. So that's what we have right now. And now we're going to go outside and let it grow. All right, everybody, welcome back to the BuildASoil outdoor run. I'm having problems with keeping stuff alive outside, so I've decided to pivot on this project because this is now the 4th autoflower that I've seeded, and it dies as soon as I try to get it outside and water it. So what we're going to do, I'm going to use my little dab tool here because I don't want the taproot of this autoflower extending past this the root riot. The reason being, with an autoflower, as soon as the taproot hits the bottom of anything, the container, it's going to signal to the plant that, oh, it's time to flower, and you're going to have a very, very short veg period. So I don't know if it'll do it this short, this small, but I'm not going to risk it. So what I'm doing is I'm going to actually take this autoflower, and I have some reused cocoa. And this autoflower is now going to go inside the 5x10 tent. And the reason we're doing the 5x10 tent is right now I'm doing the Wild Hair Genetics testers program in there. And that will allow me, because that's on an 18/6 light schedule, my 10x10 right now is on a 12/12. So I do want to keep this in a vegetative state. So I'm going to put it in the 5x10 right now, let it veg with the rest of the testers. And the nice thing is on the tray to grows, I can still use the 2 7-gallon pots I'm intending to use on the outside, and I can stick this nice 5-gallon fabric pot right in the center of it. So this is going to go on the tray to grow system. Let's go in that room now and do that. And then I have my AC Infinity water sprayer, and we're just going to lightly moisten the top of this. I actually have my tray to grows off right now in this tent because my testers are about to receive a bi-weekly dose of Stash Blend. So why I turned the reservoirs off is I don't want extra water collecting in the basin of the tray to grow. So I'm going to turn the individual trays off that I need to turn off. Lights are going to go off in about 1 hour. They're going to come back on at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And at that point, I am going to do a small tutorial on how to use the Autopot tray to grow systems with Stash Blend, with Recharge. I've used both of those. Any kind of compost tea you have, it's going to be a very easy process. So, all right, so now we are going to do our dose of Stash Blend. Stash Blend is a compost tea of sorts, and that is going to help our microbial life in the cocoa perlite mix that we're using to grow our flowers in. So what I'm going to do, I just grabbed a 1-gallon water container from the grocery store, emptied it out, and I'm going to dunk that in the water, get a gallon of water inside, and then we're going to take 1 teaspoon of Stash Blend, dump it inside the gallon container, and then we're going to just put the lid on that, shake it up, get it good and mixed up, and make sure there's no dry material left in the water. After that, we're just going to go right to our tray to grow systems. Normally I would turn the water off for about a day just to get rid of some of the water in the tray, but there's plenty of room for the water to go, and these guys are going to soak it up from the bottom like nothing. So all you want to do is just take your gallon of water, pour it right into the front of the tray to grow system, take the tray cover off, pour the water right in. If you, like I said, you get a little runoff onto the top tray, not a problem, it's going to soak it right in. So pour it right in, put the top back on, and you are good to go. The tray to grow system is as easy as that. Okay, now we are going to take the 13-gallon fabric container that we had previously outside. We're going to bring that back inside and fill that back up to the top. It was a little bit low when I filled it the first time, so we're going to take the remainder of the soil, the BuildASoil 3.0 that I have, and we're just going to fill that back up to the top. Now, one fun thing is I'm looking outside, and I'm like, man, I got some more room to work here. I can get more than 1 flower. So what do you do if you got that decision? You buy another XXL system. There it is. So I got another 13-gallon container, and I'm going to go ahead and pour some more of that BuildASoil 3.0 right into the bag. And what I found is I'm using the 13-gallon fabric pots from Autopot. That is the ones that come with the XXL system. And if you are using the bagged BuildASoil 3.0 recipe, you are going to need exactly 3 bags to fill the 2 13-gallon containers that come with the Autopot XXL system. So now, as you can see, I have both 13-gallon fabric pots filled up to the top with the BuildASoil 3.0. And we are going to add a couple of top dress amendments, and this soil will be ready to go. All right, everybody, now we are going to amend by doing 2 top dressings here, one with the craft blend and one with the Build-A-Veg. So with the craft blend, actually on both of these, I wasn't sure exactly which to use. If you go to the BuildASoil website, they actually have an AI-generated chat that you can use that lets you know, you put in the inputs of what size pots you're using, and it'll tell you exactly how much product to use with it. So for the craft blend, we're going to do a 1/2 cup per container, and I'm using 13-gallon fabric pots. These are the ones by Autopot, designed specifically for the XXL system. So we're going to do about a half a cup of the craft blend. And then for the Build-A-Veg, it came out to about 4.5 tablespoons. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You get a half. You get the other half. All right, now we got the gloves on. We're just going to go ahead and mix this in right to the top layer here. Get that nice and worked into the soil. All right, now what we're going to do is use our Azos. This is by Extreme Gardening. This is their mycorrhizae. This is what I've been using for all my transplants. And we are going to, I told you guys we were going to pivot from the outside just for a moment. And what I decided to do with that, as you can see here, I got a couple of clones sitting in front of me. My local dispensary has a partnership with a clone farm, clone garden, I don't know what you would call it, in our state. And you can go right to their website, and daily they update their list with pictures, with descriptions of what they are. And you can buy clones directly from this clone farm and have it delivered to the dispensary right in your city and pick it up same day, couple days, depending on the location. But I went ahead and got myself a Truffle treats and a rainbow Sherb. And the reason I did that is I cannot for the life of me keep stuff alive outside in the seed stage, and I'm running out of time. So as much as I'd like to play around with it and try different things, which I will next year when I have more time, I need something that's gonna kind of take root a little faster. So these are going to touch an area where the Autopot is going to water into it a lot quicker than a seed would, and we're going to accelerate our time here by definitely a few weeks. So we're going to take the Truffle treats, and if you saw ahead of time, I went ahead and sprinkled about a tablespoon of mycorrhizae inside the bottom. I just kind of twirl that up in the bottom so all the roots can touch it once you press the seed pod in. And we are just going to press the soil on top of that, press our marker in back. I'll get a more decorative one later. And then same thing, kind of twirl that mycorrhizae in the bottom. And then we're going to take the rainbow Sherb out of its container, drop her in. And now we have our top dress with the craft blend, our top dress with the Build-A-Veg, and the mycorrhizae for the transplant. And now we're going to go ahead and get these set up in the tent. Okay, so what we're going to do now is go inside the 5x10. I currently have the 4 tray to grow set up in here. We're just going to remove one of those. I just took the hosing right off of the inline fittings, and we are going to put the 2 XXL systems on the end and route another water tank directly to only these 2 systems. So the Wild Hair Genetics are going to be on the other 75% of the tent. They have their own reservoir. This reservoir is going to be separate, running water only for the BuildASoil soil only recipe. So what I did is I put the reservoir in front of the tent. I will get another view of that sometime else. But I bought an extra 30 foot of hose, ran it around the left side of my tent, piped it in the back corner, and now I'm setting up the aqua valves in both of the systems. All that takes is you're going to take the hose and push it in the center of where the aqua valve comes in. You're going to thread it right directly into the system, screw it on tight with a valve, and then you can put the pots directly in the center, turn the water on, and you have a fully functioning system. It's really as easy as that. Autopot system makes this so incredibly easy. So now what we're going to do is just take the reservoir and fill it up. I have RO water that's already been prepared in my other room for all of my other grows. And I just went ahead and dunked a 5-gallon bucket inside there. I am going to make 3 separate trips back to this room and fill up the 13-gallon reservoir with the RO water. Alright, now we're getting ready to turn this Autopot system on. It's as easy as taking this dial right here. It's currently in the off position, and we are just going to twist it. And looking at this, there is no leaks. That is going to follow our cord system that we just installed in the back corner of the tent. And each of these aqua valves are going to fill appropriately. And I'm still going to top water these for a little bit until I know for sure that the water is reaching the root zone, the root system. So I'd say for a few more days I'm still going to top water these. But I am going to let these go inside. I'm going to let these go. I'm hoping about 1 to 2 weeks, and then I'm going to move them outside. And I'm praying they're not going to die. And we're going to go from there. So let's have fun with this. If you feel like you're benefiting from this video and you want to get yourself an Autopot system as well, just go over to their website at autopot-usa.com and pick yourself up either a tray to grow or a XXL system yourself. You will not be disappointed. Alright everybody, that's going to do it for week 1 of Veg. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you do not miss any content. You do not want to miss what's coming up next. Week 2 in Veg is coming up, and we are going to have a lot of fun throughout this entire grow process. Catch you later, Gromies. Peace.